You know that version of you that shows up when she takes too long to text back? Your chest gets tight, your brain starts writing a whole disaster movie, and suddenly you feel this urge to send one more message just to feel close. You tell yourself you're just being honest, but a part of you knows you're actually begging for reassurance. That's not just overthinking, that is anxious attachment running the show. And if you're a man, that pattern silently kills your gravity with women. In this video, I want to give you a clean, no-fluff map to end anxious attachment as a man. We're going to break down why your nervous system learned I'm only okay when she's okay with me, how that turns you into the chaser, and the exact steps to start becoming secure. By the end, you'll know how to calm your body, stop the panic texting, and build a frame where she actually feels your gravity instead of your anxiety. Quick note, this is education, not therapy, and if your anxiety is severe, please get real-life professional support. Let's start with the core lie behind anxious attachment. Deep down, your system runs on one sentence. It says, if she isn't okay with me, then I'm not okay. Your nervous system was trained to outsource safety to somebody else. Maybe you had parents who were unpredictable, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, and you never knew which version you were going to get. Maybe they were intrusive, in your business all the time, or they made you responsible for their emotions when you were a kid. Either way, your body learned a simple rule. Constantly scan the other person, fix them, keep them happy, and maybe you'll be safe. Fast forward to your dating life. She pulls back for a day and your whole system lights up like a fire alarm. You start checking your phone every few minutes. You reread the conversation 5 times, searching for what you did wrong. You draft 3 different paragraphs explaining your side so she doesn't misunderstand you. This is what I call the attachment loop. Trigger, panic, chasing, temporary relief, shame, repeat. On top of that, you have what I call the inner courtroom. The inner courtroom is the mental courtroom in your head that holds trials after every interaction. One part of you plays the harsh judge, one part of you is the scared little boy on the stand, and one part of you is trying to defend yourself with long explanations. That's why you fall into what I call explanation addiction. You explain and explain and explain, hoping that if she fully understands you, she won't leave. But from her side, all she feels is pressure and over-focus. There is also the invisible audience. That is the imagined crowd watching your relationship from the stands. You picture her friends judging you, her ex comparing himself to you, even your own parents silently grading your performance. So now you're not just texting her, you're performing for a whole stadium that only exists in your head. Here's the hardest truth. Anxious attachment doesn't just make you suffer, it quietly erases attraction. She doesn't feel a grounded man, she feels a nervous boy who needs her to regulate him. And if she's slightly avoidant, your chasing is like oxygen for her distance. The more you lean in, the more she leans out, and both of you feel crazy. So how do you break this without turning into a cold, avoidant robot? We're going to use a 4-step framework. Step 1 is regulation. Step 2 is exposure to silence. Step 3 is rebuilding self-worth. Step 4 is a clear relationship protocol. Step 1, regulation. Anxiety lives in your body before it lives in your thoughts. If you only argue with your thoughts, you lose, because your nervous system is already in fight or flight. So we start with the simplest masculine tool you have, which is your breath. When you notice the urge to text or the spin in your chest, I want you to run the 4-6 protocol. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold at the top for 2. Exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 6. Pause for 2, then repeat for 2 to 3 minutes. As you extend the exhale, your breath rate per minute drops, your heart rate follows, and you signal to your body that there is no real fire right now. Do this multiple times a day, not just in crisis, so your nervous system learns a new baseline. Step 2. Exposure to silence, or what I call new masculine silence. Most anxious men treat silence like death. If she isn't replying, your brain screams, "Do something, say something, fix it." The only way out is to slowly build tolerance to that silence. Here is the rule. When you feel the urge to send a second message, you don't. You notice the urge, you breathe, and you give yourself at least 30 minutes of new masculine silence. During that time, you put the phone away and you move your body. Do push-ups, go for a walk, clean your room, but let your body learn, I can feel this anxiety and I don't have to chase. Over time, you can stretch that silence to 1 hour, 3 hours, even a full day after conflict instead of panic texting. This is exposure therapy for your nervous system, and it works the same way it works for phobias. Step 3. Rebuild self-worth from the inside. Anxious attachment lives on the belief, my value is decided out there. If she approves, you're high. If she pulls back, you crash. To get out, you have to stop outsourcing your worth. Every night, I want you to open a note on your phone and answer one prompt. What do I want to validate myself for today? It can be small. I went to the gym even though I felt heavy. I did the breath work instead of texting her. I told a friend the truth instead of pretending I'm fine. Then you write, this matters because, and you give your brain one clear reason. And you finish with, how it makes me feel is, and you name the feeling, even if it's just a little more solid. This is how you slowly rebuild gravity, which is the feeling that your life has weight and direction whether she is here or not. Also, pick 3 non-romantic pillars and invest in them weekly. Your body, your money, and your tribe are a good start. Lift something heavy 3 times a week. Move your finances 1 step forward, even if it's tiny. Reach out to one man you respect and deepen that connection. Secure men don't make a woman their entire emotional ecosystem. Step 4. Build a clear relationship protocol. You cannot control how she shows up, but you can control how you communicate. A secure man's frame sounds like this. I like you, I value connection, and I am also okay on my own. That means 3 simple rules. Rule 1. No important text while your body is in panic. If your heart is racing and your thumbs are shaking, you breathe first and wait. Rule 2. No essays. You say what you feel and what you want in 1 or 2 calm messages, not a novel. Rule 3. You don't chase clarity from someone who is clearly running from themselves. If she consistently dodges honest conversations, you stop auditioning and you step back. When you follow these rules, something shifts that most men never get to experience. Your nervous system starts to trust you more than it trusts her reaction. That is the beginning of secure attachment. Let me give you a picture of the 2 identities you're choosing between. Version 1 is the old you, phone in hand at 2 a.m, staring at the last scene time, crafting the perfect paragraph to fix the vibe. You wake up the next day with a shame hangover, wondering why you keep doing this. Version 2 is the man of gravity. He feels the same spike of anxiety when she pulls away, but he breathes, he lets the wave pass through, and he chooses action in his own life instead of chasing hers. He can love deeply without begging. He can be warm without collapsing.
That's the man I want you to start training today.
Not perfectly, just one rep at a time. One breath instead of one more text. One new masculine silence instead of one more argument over chat. One page of self-validation instead of scrolling for her validation. Your anxious attachment is not proof that you're broken. It's proof that your nervous system has been protecting you for a very long time in the only way it knew. Now it's time to upgrade the code. If this hit you, I want you to do two things. First, pick one step from this video and do it today, not tomorrow. Second, subscribe to the channel because we're building a library for men who want out of the attachment loop and into real gravity. And when you're ready for the next layer, watch the video on new masculine silence, because once you understand that, anxious attachment doesn't stand a chance. I'm Adrian, this is PsycheLure, and I'll see you in the next one.